Hello, sports fans. Welcome to another edition of EBC Sports International. Here's the lineup for this week's episode. The Vegas Golden Knights host closed practice for the city and opening night events. The BC Lions take on the Montreal Alouettes. Halo fans enjoy an interactive attraction. And speedboat racing dazzles beachgoers. Hello everyone, I'm Rod De La Paz, bringing you sports stories from around the globe. Thank you for being with us. Our very first story comes from Las Vegas, where triumph comes out of tragedy. Our Las Vegas correspondent, Aljamain Santos, has the story.
The Las Vegas Strip will be memorialized under the bright lights and names of the victims during that tragic night of October 1, 2017. But the beloved home team hoped to provide some comfort and positivity for the survivors and their families. The Vegas Golden Knights held a closed practice inviting employees of the Mandalay Bay, first responders, and invited guests for a close-up and an intimate event. It was the perfect procession for opening night, and all the festivities prior to the puck drop, sharing a unique surprise for all in attendance. The gold carpet outside of the arena allowed fans to witness the Golden Knights, coaches, and local celebrities, including face painting and games.
It's great, it brings the community together. A lot of times when you go to events around Vegas, there's people from everywhere, and this is something Vegas can really rally around and have pride in and just come out and hang together in a common theme and goal, and that's our Nights. It's a great thing. Vegas prides itself on wanting to be the safest community in America.
We're talking as high as the Rockies.
We know the community, the police department, everybody comes together to try to make these good events so people can come out and have a good time, party in a safe area. Just be together and enjoy, again, our Nights. We love them.
It brought the city together and the energy. I feel it here is just everybody's very passionate about this city and very proud to be from here. So, well, wearing a Sharks jersey right now, it's a little different, but the energy here if you're a Golden Knights fan, it's pretty amazing. So,
the Golden Knights hosted their division rivals, the San Jose Sharks, in their opening night at T-Mobile Arena, following their heartbreaking loss in the playoffs last year in the first round. Coach Gerard Gallant shares his insight from the team's opening night victory.
I thought there was four lines that were dangerous, Jesse. I thought Kerry and them guys were real good too. So I liked everything tonight. I thought the team was a team win. It was a team game, and like I said, I thought everybody played real hard for us and competed. So I liked the way our team played. I mean, I'm not saying we were dominating the game. I thought Jones was outstanding in the net. It was our home opener, and there was no way we were going to lose. And I thought we played outstanding. We got to work hard every night, and nobody's going to give you points in this league. And there's a lot of good teams. It's a good start, though.
From turning a tragic moment in the city's history to providing comfort in remembering loved ones, the Golden Knights were able to achieve creating a warm feeling with their strong performance on the ice. You can almost say they did it in memory for all of them. From the T-Mobile Arena in fabulous Las Vegas, I am Aljamain Santos for Eagle News, eternally one with 25.
Thank you, Aljamain. You can see the city embracing this team and the positivity it brings to that community. Truly a story that can melt anyone's heart. You don't have to be a sports fan to appreciate a great deed. We will now go to our next story with updates on our neighbors in the north and the latest on their football league. Zsolti Horvath will bring us this update.
The BC Lions defeated the Montreal Alouettes 25-23 in a dramatic game at BC Place Stadium. With 1 minute left in the game, the Alouettes elected to go for it on 3rd down and 1 from the 5-yard line instead of kicking a chip shot field goal that would have won them the game. Montreal, who were already down to their backup quarterback due to the suspension of their starter, drove down the field with under 3 minutes left to play. Instead of kicking the field goal that would win the game, they sent their third-string quarterback to run a quarterback sneak to try and get the first down. Unfortunately for Montreal, BC's defense was firing on all cylinders and forced the fumble while ultimately causing a turnover. Montreal head coach Kahari Jones talks about his decision not to kick the field goal with 1 minute left.
Yeah, I would have done that in any situation. We've been really good on our 3rd and 1s to that point. With the time left on the clock, to give Gotta have Mike Riley that kind of time with needing 1 point. Thought that was going to be a little tough too, but I felt really comfortable with the call, and I'd call it again. Just fun.
Lions quarterback Mike Riley had an almost perfect performance as he went 30 for 34 passing for 309 yards and a touchdown. When the game was on the line, it was clear who Riley's most trusted receiver was, as Brian Burnham caught 7 passes for 77 yards and a crucial touchdown. Burnham talks about his relationship on the field with his quarterback.
He trusts me. I'm willing to go out there and put my body on the line and make the plays that need to be made. And that's every day in practice. We're going through those situations every day in practice.
Despite the loss, the Alouettes remain comfortable sitting in second place in the East and are almost a lock for the playoffs. For the Lions, who are the hottest team in the league right now after winning their last 3 games, they have 4 remaining games on their schedule that will determine if they make the postseason. Zsolti Horvath, Eagle News, 1 with 25.
Thank you, Zsolti. This time of year is just a great time for sports fans everywhere. And if you're in Canada, you won't miss any good old pigskin throwing competition out there. When we return, Halo fans enjoy interactive attraction, and speedboat racing dazzles beachgoers. Don't go away, because EBC Sports International will be right back. Welcome back. You're watching EBC Sports International. Thanks for joining us. Does the name Master Chief ring a bell for you? If it does not, this next story from our Los Angeles correspondent duo, Eva and Alan Basaliaje, will be sure to educate you. And if you know, well, you know. Alan?
Back in 2001, Halo Combat Evolved launched with Microsoft's first home gaming console, the Xbox. Since then, a good number of iterations have followed, and for the first time, fans, both new and original, got the chance to visit the Halo world in person.
In Philadelphia, Chicago, Houston, and now here in Anaheim, California, the Halo Outpost Discovery allows players to walk among iconic characters, engage in pivotal turn-the-tide-of-war battles, and learn about the history of this much-celebrated franchise. Alan, I see that you're holding an actual 2001 Halo video game. Where'd you get it?
Oh, remember when I said that there's fans both new and original here? I'm an original!
I've always loved Halo since I was young, and my friend's a huge fan as well. He's like, we should go do this. So we came down here. I've loved it every minute being here. It's been a blast. It's awesome to see all the cool things they have here, all the cosplayers and the awesome costumes. Halo made such an impact on the world we have now, especially the Xbox. That probably wouldn't be as big or even non-existent as of today.
What you can expect, it definitely was a good time, an experience that you probably wouldn't necessarily be able to understand unless you're here. There's definitely some good things to see. It's something that I know that I'm glad that I came to, and I traveled at least 4 hours by car to get here. You know what I mean? Wanted to make sure I was here. So I would say if another opportunity like this presents itself, make sure you're there.
I was playing Halo Reach and I saw my Spartan. I was like, I really haven't made a Spartan in a long time. I made ODSTs, but nothing like this. So I was like, ooh, I gotta get started. So I went online, found the templates, and I got to work, and it took me 10 weeks and painstaking work. Technically, I kind of finished this just last night. Halo was my first game I played back in 2001. I was 5 years old playing with my brother. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I want to be Master Chief. And well, now I got my own Spartan suit.
Halo Outpost Discovery had an assortment of attractions to enjoy, like the target range, where players of all ages use Nerf guns to mow down the enemy Covenant. with some marksmen scoring hits more often than others.
For a high-stakes, high-pressure experience, Pelican training was definitely a crowd favorite. In this simulation, the renowned UNSC airship, or Pelican, gets involved in a mid-air collision. Faced with the threat of a brutal crash landing, crew members must work cohesively to safely bring one of Halo's iconic vessels back down to Earth.
Well done, recruits. This may have been only a simulation, but you have demonstrated.
And for a team-based infantry encounter, there was the combat deck. In this 16-on-16 laser tag competition, red and blue teams clash head-to-head in an all-out military campaign to see which squad will claim bragging rights for the day.
They don't want you to run, so walk fast, I guess, from cover to cover. Take shots. You have regenerating shields like in the game, and if you die, you go back to the respawn point, reset, and go back again.
As far as how it sounds when shields go down, the actual sound of the gunfire and everything, it sounded pretty legitimate, so pretty good, pretty accurate.
Were you both on the same team?
Yeah.
Did your team win?
No. But it was fun.
For any Halo fan, meeting the franchise voice actors for Master Chief and Cortana was not an opportunity to be passed up.
To get to be a part of this lore is so fun. I mean, it's so, in that way, it's been a great challenge and a privilege to be part of it.
It's really a phenomenon this year is we're running into a lot of families that play the game. You know, dad started it and passed it along to the son or the uncle or whatever. And you know,
mom.
Or mom, yeah. And many more women are participating in it. And so it's fun to watch the evolution of the audience for the game over the years.
The big news around town is this little thing called Halo Infinite. What we want to know is, how does Halo Infinite end?
I'd tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Oh, jeez.
It might be worth it. What are some parting words you can say about your experience here on this amazing fan tour?
Well, Jen and I have done a lot of conventions, but this has been such a unique and singular pleasure to be able to, you know, be with a gathering of strictly Halo fans. And it has been, we've had a blast from the beginning in Orlando to this last one in Anaheim. It's just been so much fun. And Jen and I have gotten to spend a lot of time together, which we don't always get to do. And so that's been a blessing as well. And the fans have just been spectacular.
Deep narrative, strong character development, and pulse-pushing action are trademarks of the Halo video games, which consequently produces a pretty loyal fan base.
With this in mind, Halo Outpost Discovery was made to give fans, both new
and original,
the opportunity to explore the infinite expanse of the Halo universe. In Anaheim, California, this is Eva and Alan, EBC Sports International, 1 with 25.
No, that's not yours.
The e-game industry has grown from a household experience to online and now a physical world to really appreciate the art and fantasy that goes into a classic game like Halo. Thanks, Eva and Alan. We will now take you from a fantasy world to the vast open waters of the Gulf where Florida correspondent Jay Rasquides will share what beachgoers are enjoying in Clearwater. Jay?
The thrill of motorsports availed many beachgoers at the Clearwater Offshore Nationals, a speedboat racing competition which takes place every year at Clearwater Beach, Florida. Hundreds of spectators flock to America's #1 beach in their yachts, cabanas, and coolers to get a first-hand glimpse of the finest speedboat racing that Florida has to offer.
This is the 11th year. We brought it to Clearwater Beach. The founders, Frank Chivas and Brian Unk Sr., who is the former mayor, brought it here 11 years ago because it's a lull in the tourism industry and we really wanted to bring a boom back to the beach. This year is actually the first year with Race World Offshore, which is why the name changed from Superboat to what we have here now, Hooters Clearwater Offshore Nationals. We love the event. We have great sponsors, a lot of boats, and yeah, we're excited.
The 3-day event kicked off with a boat parade, exclusive VIP parties, and an open meet and greet that allowed fans and spectators to take photos and get signed autographs from drivers.
The race teams are definitely competitive, but they all have a great relationship with each other. We keep the boats actually down in the pits Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then race day Sunday. And so all the race teams have their boats, and they set up tents, and they mingle around, and people can go down there and get autographs and meet the race teams, which is always really cool for visitors, fans, really everyone in the area.
Some recurring spectators even came out so they can get a feel of what home to them was like.
Well, actually, I'm from Indiana, and we're from the IndyCar, and this just brings me back home, listening to the sound of the boats. If you don't see them, I think I'm back at the Indy 500. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's awesome seeing the big boats.
I've been coming every year for about 9 years since I've lived down here, and I've been down here a lot by myself. If I can't drag anybody with me, I'll come down here. And I've been out on boats. I've gone to people's house to watch it, but my favorite place is to come here to the pier because you really get a true flavor for the race because you're right down here with the boats. You hear them, you see the helicopters, you hear the media, you can hear the announcers. That's what I like, so I know what's really going on.
The Clearwater Offshore Nationals continues to be the premier event of water sports that Clearwater Beach has to offer.
I think in the future, we're 11 years strong, so, we'd like to continue to have the race here, be a part of the great race atmosphere.
And that's a wrap here at Pier 60 at Clearwater Beach. Stay tuned as we bring to you more on our coverages on water sports here in the Sunshine State. Jay Roskidas, always 1 with 25.
There's nothing like a day on the beach, catching some sun, but even better if you can enjoy some speedboat racing while doing it. Well, that's all for this week's edition of EBC Sports International. Be sure to join us for the next episode, but before then, make sure you visit our website at www.eaglenews.net and www.eaglenewslive.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/EagleNewsPH. It's been a pleasure, and we thank you for watching. I'm Rod De La Paz, 1 with 25.